Greetings, folks. This is Xiao-Fury, and I do apologize for the delay in uploading videos. But today I want to talk to y'all about Disney's The Proud Family. As some of you may know, The Proud Family isn't a new show, it's a reboot. It seems like the characters are now in high school or something like that. But before I get to what's making everybody upset about this new reboot, quickly, I never liked The Proud Family. In short, it's just a parody that glorifies the common stupidity found in black communities. And to top it all off, let's call them the Proud Family, because nothing says proud black people like being stupid in everything you do. Kind of like the show Martin, even though that was a funny show, and now I feel ashamed to know that I watched it and used to enjoy it. Looking back, it's just a show that glorified everything dumb about what black people do. And the things that it showed is outright embarrassing. You know, the shacking up, the wild ghetto behavior, the just outright stupidity. It's really no wonder that so many people don't take black folks seriously. But okay, enough about that. The new Proud Family reboot, while I will admittedly, I like how the animation looks, at least from the footages that I've seen. However, they aired two episodes that I saw, not watched, but I saw the previews of. One is supposed to be about black history, except it's about teaching young black people to be angry, to believe that they're still in slavery, to demand reparations, and outright telling lies about black history. So in one footage, a teacher tells his students that Abraham Lincoln wanted to deport black people. I guess they would be called Africans back then. I don't know. He wanted to deport the slaves. He also said that the Emancipation Proclamation didn't free all of the slaves. That it only, if I'm not mistaken, correct me if I'm wrong, it only covered for the slaves that were found in the North. I could be wrong on how I said that, because they're telling lies. Pretty much they're saying that it didn't do like what Abraham Lincoln intended it to do. And what other things that I've seen? You know, of course they were protesting, because every new reboot cartoon with black people, Hispanic people, anyone who's not white, they have to be protesting something. They gotta be angry. They gotta be fighting the cops. They just gotta be angry about apparently still being in slavery, because that snippet, they have their little moment when they're on stage at a talent show, and they going about saying slaves built this country. Ugh. You know, if anything, the lies are bad enough, but the voices, absolutely obnoxious. Can y'all please just stop talking? If you want to protest, fine, but just don't talk. Your voice is annoying. But anyway, they're telling the lie that I, as a black person, anyone who's black, that we're still in slavery. They are literally saying that we are still in slavery. They're saying that slaves built the country. You know, never mind the Constitution, never mind that we have a Congress and people who helped to fight against slavery, white people and black people, but mostly white people. Never mind the fact that today, as I am making this audio, I am driving a very nice car. I can work wherever I want to. I can travel wherever I want to. I can marry whatever man I want to. But slaves built the country. I'm still a slave. And another thing, Penny, in that little ridiculous rant she was going on, pretty much saying that we, myself, deserve reparations for the struggles that our ancestors had to endure. So somebody else did all the hard labor, but I get their reward money? No. I mean, that sounds a lot like socialism. You know, when somebody else works hard and the little leeches get to take all my hard-earned cash at the end of the day through taxes, through my the taxpayers' money. Yeah, that's what reparations sound like. It sounds like socialism with a annoying side of racism. Actually, I think socialism is rooted in a lot of racism. But I digress on that point. Another segment I saw was the one white girl. Her name is Zoe. She's the token white girl of the group. Because, you know, they gotta have the goofy, idiot white girl who wants to blend in with the black girls. So that's Zoe. In one episode, they're all talking online, talking behind her back about a guy is dating her and he only wants to date white women. That he's not interested in dating black girls. And messy friends were, of course, talking bad about this guy and making fun of Zoe as well. I read a bit of a spoiler. Zoe winds up dumping the guy to appease her friends. Because, he's not going to date black women or black teenagers, because these are teen girls. Since he's not going to give us the time of day by dating us, you can't be with him. I mean, how selfish is that? Me personally, you know, if it were my preference and I only wanted to date white men, then I would seek after white men. Because that's my choice. And I'm going to hurt some feelings right here. Having to grow up around a lot of black men, where black guys was the only men I seen in my neighborhood, of course, I am not all that interested in dating black men. That's all I saw back at home. Now, I'm in another part of the world, this Texas. There aren't as many black men, so I'm getting what I'm asking for. I don't see a lot of black dudes. But growing older, it's kind of like, well, tomato, tomato. If I marry black, I marry black. If I marry white, Hispanic, da-da-da-da. Just as long as our standards are in one accord. Namely, a man of God, which is some hard to find these days, but I digress. So yeah, they ruined Zoe's romance. All because this guy has a preference and he doesn't want to date black girls. No, but if he don't want to date black girls, you can't have him, Zoe. And this is supposed to be a kid's show, by the way. A kid's show talking about, you know, all these things and whatnot. So I'm not surprised in the slightest that the Proud Family turned woke, because it already was woke. I hated that show and I still hate it. Well, now I really hate it now, because this is exactly what critical race theory looks like. They want to constantly keep black people angry. They want to keep the division alive. They want to keep racism alive, which is why the people who are in charge of critical race theory, mostly Democrats, they need this stuff to be passed on to the new black generation. Because if they don't keep us angry, and the future generation of blacks angry, they won't be able to keep their jobs. So keep black people mad so that we can make policies that we don't need to keep division alive. So yeah, and the worst part about it, there are a lot of black people who are still sucking this stuff up, eating it like it's breakfast. BLM has already been exposed as being a giant grift. The owners or the founders of that movement, they collect a lot of people's money so that they can have billion-dollar mansions, the works. They're race grifters. They're just looking to keep other black people angry. Ironically, their billion-dollar mansions are not built in black neighborhoods because nobody wants to live in a black neighborhood. Look, I'm telling y'all the truth. We know what's in black neighborhoods. A lot of chaos and murder. That's why the good blacks try to get out. And I encourage good blacks to get out of these neighborhoods, because if you don't, there's also the jealousy thing. The jealousy that causes murder. But, you know, I can go on for quite some time about that. Yeah, Disney continues to show that they want division. They're not the family-friendly company that they used to be. It's almost good that they're showing their woke side, because this should be enough for people to finally unsubscribe from anything that's Disney. Even though Disney has his hands in a lot of things. ESPN, ABC, and even some food products like that cheese, babe. I can't. The cheese is in a little red wrapper, and I love it. But I'm gonna have to find some other cheese to eat because Disney sponsors them too. It makes me sick. Well, that's all for now, y'all. Just try to avoid Disney. If you have Disney Plus or D Plus or F minus, you need to just get rid of it. There are some things we can help in getting rid of. Some things that are beyond our control. But there are other things, oh God, help us. So, that's all for now, folks. Thank you all, and I'll talk to you all soon.